to hear all about this $1 million pair of shoes.
Because they're yours.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. Okay.
If I had $1 million pair of shoes, I'd be like, goodbye.
Yep,
Been nice knowing you, everybody.
Well, we all have talked about on Amazon Prime Video. Air is out for free now. You can watch that. Starring
So
Matt
good.
Damon. There's so many people in that show. Many people in that show.
It's a really good
Ben
show.
Affleck, Viola Davis.
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans is in that. God, who is it?
Her husband.
Jason Bateman's in that. Anyway, it's a great movie. It's about how Nike got the Air Jordan account, and now it's Air Jordans. Okay, if you watched Netflix's The Last Dance, which everybody did in COVID, and repeats, it talks about Michael Jordan's iconic career and how he is the greatest player in the history of the game. And they focus a lot on the highlights of these big games he had in the 90s. When he came out of retirement, he was playing the Utah Jazz. They were in Utah, and there was a pizza ordered, and Michael ate some of the pizza. And the guy in The Last Dance is kind of implying they thought maybe the pizza had been messed with, like gave him food poisoning.
That was always the rumor.
Tried to poison him.
Growing up in Chicago, that was the rumor.
So you got the runs?
That he got sick
flu,
from this
everything.
pizza that the Jazz fans were trying to poison Jordan.
Oh, wow.
But on TV, as a non-insider, they were saying that Michael Jordan had like the stomach flu, and they didn't know if he was going to play. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, Michael's not going to play because he's a flu."
I thought we were done, right? When he said that, I'm like, we're going to...
You're like, we're going to lose.
We have to play him
So
game
in
7.
The Last Dance, or if you remember this, if you're old enough to remember this, Michael Jordan did play, and in between in the game when he'd sit on the bench, he'd like hang his head, they'd put wet towels on him, and he is playing with the flu. And it's super iconic game because he was insane, phenomenal, successful in that game. They won the game and they end up going winning the finals. The flu shoes went up for sale. The Jordans that he wore during the flu game went up for sale, and they were bought at $1.38 million.
Oh, my God.
The flu shoes.
And
1998.
didn't he give them to, I remember he gave them to like a kid or something. That worked,
Initially, he gave them to a kid?
like the Utah
not 98.
ball
I'm sorry,
boy or
97.
something.
Say it again? Yeah. Yes.
That was the whole
So
thing.
the ball boy sold the shoes to somebody else. Now somebody else is selling them for 1.3
I don't know how much he got.
million.
Did he get like 100,000 for the shoes? And
Wow.
like 10 years ago or something?
Yeah, it's a lot of money, though.
Who bought them?
Well, I'm trying to see.
That's a good
if
investment,
they
though. In 10
show-
years, you make over $1 million.
100,000 to $1.3 million?
Okay, is this it? This is the pair that he gave to the ball boy. Here it is, Preston Truman.
Was it the flu game? It was a flu game, right? Or
Yeah,
the final shot game.
Okay, so he scored 38 points while wearing the Jordan 12s in that game, right? He left exhausted from the court, and they were, of course, later going to win. Okay, so here it goes. Following the game, Michael Jordan signed these shoes and handed them over to the Utah Jazz ball boy,
That's what it was, yeah.
Preston Truman, who helped Michael Jordan with post-game snacks in the prior years. Preston Truman held on to the shoes for over 10 years before he sold them at an auction back in 2013, and they had not been seen again until this auction.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't say what he got in that auction, but now they got $1.38 million.
Wow.
They
Like
don't
if
say
you
who
were
won them.
super, super rich, say you're like Bill Gates rich, what's something like that you would want to buy? Is there anything
For
you'd
$1
spend
million?
that kind of money on?
I just don't get attached to things like that anymore.
Yeah.
The only thing I would ever do is just make sure that my dog never dies.
Like,
So
would
you clone
Like,
her.
I would clone her or just try and figure out a way
It's not
for
gonna be her, which,
to
by the
never,
way-
ever die.
Sam, I was looking into that.
That's how it's been
Because
running.
my little sweet puppy, she's definitely in her upper years.
Yeah.
And because there are cloning companies in Texas. Y'all, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. It's like $50,000 to clone your dog.
Oh, you've got it.
Yeah, do it.
Come on.
And it wouldn't be mango anyhow, so I wouldn't do that.
Well, the clone means they get the personality and everything, right?
The
Yeah,
dog
would
would
they
have, it would be identical health history too. It would have the same health ailments that your previous dog had.
I know a hill in New England. Don't go burying the dog up there, but
That cemetery?
perhaps you
Pet Cemetery from 1988.
I got it, Kev. I got you, man.
okay, thanks.
I got him.
Yeah, he's Fred
I've
Gwynn,
only seen
the
it
old man.
once. I've only seen it once.
That movie was
And I
funny.
They did
don't
a
remember all
remake.
the lines.
They did a remake.
Of any
Not as
of
good as
them.
that one.
Wasn't
No.
as good as that one. That's the original. That
Yeah,
don't-
I was just traumatized by Pet Cemetery because the little boy that plays Gage later went on to be on Full House. He was one of
He
Michelle's
did?
friends.
What?
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, he's alive. It's that little boy from Pet
Daddy
Sematary.
wanna play?
Oh my God, it's
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
Sam, now as a
You've never
mother,
seen
I'm
it?
curious if you could watch Pet Cemetery, the original, not
original
even a
one.
baby. You'd be like, oh no, I can't.
He gets. Y'all,
he's,
it's so
he's
terrible.
chasing his
Sam,
ball, and the 18-wheeler takes
spoiler
him
alert.
out.
Oh,
He gets
my
hit-
Don't tell her.
gosh.
I'm going to watch it with her.
You just see him
I
shoe
can't-
flying.
I
My
can't
friends and I
watch
were
stuff
so
like that.
drunk
Yes, you can.
watching that. We were just
Dogs
dying
and
laughing
animals?
because
It was not funny.
he's trying to come back. He's like the most unscary kid on earth.
No, it was a kid
was
that
smiling.
But kids are scary in movies.
They
Even
are.
if they're
But
not
this
like,
one
they don't have to be
wasn't.
bloody or anything. Kids are just terrifying. Like, look at The Shining. The two little girls standing in the hallway, they're just standing there.
Red rum.
There's just two little twin girls with like little ginger girls. They're red hair, and they're like,